Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Suprita Kyar, currently pursuing BE in Sri Venkateswara College of Engineering, Bengaluru, in the branch of Artificial Intelligence. I am currently studying first sem in the section of DO, and my library ID is 23CA1686, and the course title is Principles of Programming Using C, and the course code is BPOPS123. Today we are here to discuss a topic about tracing a program based on pattern generation. And here are the contents we are going to discuss in this video. That is introduction, what is nested loop, syntax of nested for loop, program to generate for strings in a straight pyramid, and the logic of the program and how to trace a program. Program tracing is the process of executing program code by hand with concrete inputs, similar to how it is important for a children to have the basic skills of a reading before they can start writing their own sentences. It is important to be able to execute existing code by hand before writing own code. Let's see what is a nested loops. Nested loop is a loop that appears in the loop body of another loop, that is inner loop and another outer loop. The inner or outer loop can be any type, that is for loop or while loop or do while loop. Let's see what is a nested for loop. The outer loop takes control of the number of complete repetitions of the inner loop. And here is the syntax of nested for loop. For loop, initial expressions, conditional expression and loop program expressions. In a for loop, the three expressions will contain in a single line, and then in the braces there will be a n number of statements, that is statement 1, statement 2 and n number of statements like statement n. Let's see how to generate a program of a hash strings in a straight pyramid. Hash include stdio.h. This is the preprocessor function, and next comes a void main. This is the return type of the program, and next inside the braces there is an int I, j, n, and these are the symbol specifications, and a printf. Enter the n value and a scanf percentage %t hash n, and here the printf function is used to display output, and the scanf function is used to take an input from the users. And next comes the for loop. I is equals to 1, I is less than or equal to n, and an I increment. Here the all three expressions comes in a single line, that is called an for loop, and here I increment helps to increase the I value in the next iteration. And next comes the for loop. This is a nested for loop which comes inside the for loop. For j is equals to 1, j is less than or equal to n minus I, and j increment. Here the j increment helps to increase the value of j. And next comes the printf statements, that is printf space. Here ends the loop 1. Here the printf statements help to print a spaces in the program, and this ends the loop 1. And next use for loop where k is less than or equal to 2 into I minus 1. For loop, for k is equals to 1, k is less than or equal to 2 into I minus 1, and a k increment. Here this k increment used to help increase the value of k, and here printf statements and inside the star. Here which helps the print the stars in arrows, and thus ends the loop 2. And next another line we have a printf statements containing of a slash n, and this slash n is an escape sequences helps to print a new line, that is whenever we needed a next new line, escape sequences helps to print in a new line. This is about a program to generate hash strings in a straight pyramid. Here is the logic of the program. Input a number of rows to print from a user, store it in a variable, say rows. In a program, I have taken rows as an n. To iterate through rows, run an outer loop from 1 to rows. The loop structure should look like for I is equals to 1, I is less than or equal to rows, and I increment. Here is the three expressions in a one line. This is called as a for loop or a nested loop. To print spaces, run an inner loop from 1 to I minus 1. The loop structure should look like for j is equals to 1, j is less than I, and j increment. Inside this loop, print a single space. Note j is less than I is equivalent to j is less than I. Next, to print a stars, run another inner loop from I to rows. And the loop structure should look like for k is equals to I and k is less than is equals to row and a k increment. Inside the loop, print stars. This loop will help to print a stars in a row. After printing all the columns of a row, move to the next line, that is a print new line, that is an escape sequences called /n. Here comes the tracing of the program or else an iterations. We'll see an first iteration. When the outer loop for loop I goes as I is equals to 1, j goes as 1, 2, 3, 4, and here comes the loop 1. Loop 1 leaves a 4 blank places and the loop 2 goes as m is equals to 2 into I minus 1 and here I value is equals to 1. And here comes the for loop and this is the second loop. For k is equals to 1, k is less than or equal to m and a k increment. Thus ends the loop 2 and prints only one star in a one row, leaving a spaces of 4 blank spaces. And here comes the second iteration. When the outer loop for loop I goes as I is equals to 1 and j goes as j is equals to 1, 2, 3. And here comes the loop 1. In loop 1 it leaves a 3 blank spaces and the loop 2 goes as m is equals to 2 into I minus 1 and the I value becomes as 2 and a loop 2, that is for k is equals to 1, k is less than is equals to m and a k increment. Here ends the loop 2 and it prints a 3 stars. And here is the third iteration. When the outer for loop I goes as I is equals to 3 and j goes as j is equals to 1, 2. And here comes the loop 1 and it leaves a 2 blank spaces in a row and the loop 2 construct goes as m is equals to 2 into I minus 1 and here the I value will be a 3 and here comes the loop 2 for k is equals to 1, k is less than or equal to m and a k increment. Here and loop 2 ends and it print a 5 stars. And the fourth iteration goes on like this. When the outer for loop I goes as I is equals to 4, j goes as j is equals to 1 and a loop 1 leaves 1 blank spaces. And here comes loop 2 with for construct goes as m is equals to 2 into I minus 1. Here I value is equal to 4 and here comes the loop 2 for k is equals to 1, k is equals to less than or equal to m and k increment and here loop 2 ends and a print 7 stars. And here comes the fifth iteration. When the outer for loop I goes as I is equals to 5 and j goes as j is equals to 0 and a loop 1 comes and leaves no blank spaces and print stars. And loop 2 goes such as m is equals to 2 into I minus 1 and here I value will be 5 and a second loop enters, that is for k is equals to 1, k is less than or equal to m and a k increment. Here ends the loop 2 and print a 9 stars. These iterations goes until a program become a false. And here is a tracing and a program to generate hash strings in a straight pyramid. Thank you for watching my video. Please like and share my video. Thank you.